The U.S.-Iran war, Strait of Hormuz closure, and the rise in oil prices are squeezing businesses and consumers across the economy. Surging diesel and jet fuel prices led Amazon and JetBlue to add surcharges this week. Experts call it a tax on consumers, but for many small businesses across the U.S., it's not a cost they can pass along. Here's more on Cool Vibes.
The so-called war tax from the U.S. Iran conflict is no longer an abstract line item in a defense budget. It's showing up at gas pumps, grocery checkouts, and factory loading docks across the United States. After a U.S. Israeli strike on Iranian nuclear sites in March 2026, oil prices surged more than 30%, pushing Brent crude above $90 a barrel and sending the national average for gasoline past $3.70 a gallon, with California drivers seeing spikes above $6. The shock rippled through supply chains because diesel, jet fuel, and petrochemical feedstocks all rose in tandem. Reuters reported that higher fuel costs are hitting both low and high-income households, while S&P Global's March business survey logged U.S. activity at an 11-month low as firms cited war-driven input inflation. The pain is visible in everyday bills. Senator Alyssa Slotkin told constituents that gas in Michigan hit $4.19 and lines formed at Costco as families stocked up, directly tying the price jump to Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the war's disruption of oil and fertilizer shipments. An animated explainer circulating on Facebook argued the same. Higher crude lifts freight rates, diesel for trucks, and fertilizer costs, which then filter into food prices, housing, health care, and education budgets. Climate Power estimated the conflict could add $85 to $120 a year to the average household's grocery bill because a quarter of the world's fertilizer moves through the threatened strait. Businesses are absorbing a parallel squeeze. Reuters noted California refiners under stress from the price spike, while aluminum and manufacturing groups warned that sustained disruption to Gulf shipping lanes would raise input costs for U.S. and European producers. The White House's own economic advisor Kevin Hassett told CNBC that an extended war would hurt consumers, though he added it was the last of our concerns, a remark that ignited a backlash on Instagram and Facebook as users posted clips of rising prices and accused officials of indifference. Analysts at the Center for American Progress framed the cumulative burden as the Trump war tax, pointing to the $20 billion already spent in the first 3 weeks of operations and the way defense outlays crowd out domestic priorities. For now, the Federal Reserve is holding rates steady but warning of stagflation risks as energy-driven inflation collides with weaker growth. The result is a war that Americans feel less on the battlefield than in the checkout line.